A hearty welcome to all the dignitaries to this excellent event. Welcome to KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology. We are very honored and pleased to have such eminent dignitaries amongst us.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Respected luminaries and dignitaries, head of various departments, directors, professors, and my dear fellow students. A very blissful afternoon to everyone present over here. We are exceptionally overwhelmed to welcome you all to the launch of KPR L&T Experience Engineering Program. KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology is carving out its niche in the map of global arena with exceptional and phenomenal learning culture. KPRIET has embraced novelty not only in applying knowledge, but also in imparting knowledge. We are bestowed with Pan-India Excellence Award, certified as Great Workplace, positioned between 201 to 250, band in NIRF ranking 2022, and many more. To engage oneself in the learning enterprise, no other place is more befitting than KPRIET. Having said that, let's have a glimpse of Larsen & Toubro Limited, commonly known as L&T. Is an Indian multinational giant with business interests in engineering, construction, manufacturing, technology, information technology, and financial services, headquartered in Mumbai. The company is counted among world's top 5 construction companies. This prestigious conglomerate has been ranked 4th in 2021 LinkedIn Top Companies list. And to be knocked out with such infrastructure behemoth is a proud venture for KPRIET. I once again welcome you all to the launch of KPR L&T Experience Engineering Program.
Prayer should not be regarded as a duty, which must be performed, but rather as a privilege to be enjoyed. With that being said, let us invoke the blessing of Tamil Thai through Tamil Thai Varthu. I request the gathering to rise for the Tamil Thai Varthu.
நீராரும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கனமும் அது சிறந்த திராவிடன திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறனுதலும் தரிதனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
KPR is a brand that is one of its kind and is celebrated for their altruistic measures. KPR Anthem is an emotion that blends with those who share the same spirit of common liability. Let's play the heat to KPR Anthem.
சிறகை விரிக்கும் கோவையின் பறவை நான் தரமே எங்கள் தாரகமே கரிசல் பூமியில் கானம் பாடிடும் கதிர்களின் உலகே பருத்தியின் விளைவை துகிலாய் மாற்றிடும் எங்கள் கரம் ஆலைகள் வளருதுங்க மனதில் அன்பும் பெருகுதுங்க கல்வியின் பெருமையிலும் எங்கள் நிறுவனம் அரும்பு ஒன்றாக பண்பாடுவோம் வெற்றியை ஒன்றாக கொண்டாடுவோம் ஒன்றாக பண்பாடுவோம் வெற்றியை ஒன்றாக கொண்டாடுவோம் பூமியில் வெற்றி கோப்பையில் புகழை வரவேற்போம் சோலை பூக்களை ஆலை பாக்களை உழைத்தே ஸ்வரம் பிரிப்போம் சேவை செழிப்பில் உயர்ந்தே எங்கள் செல்வம் கொழிக்கும் நாட்டின் வளர்ச்சி உயர சேர்ந்தே நாமும் உழைப்போம் ஒன்றாக பண்பாடுவோம் வெற்றியை ஒன்றாக கொண்டாடுவோம் ஒன்றாக பண்பாடுவோம் வெற்றியை ஒன்றாக கொண்டாடுவோம்
Fresh beginnings always exist. We only have to welcome them. May I now request Professor Dr. M. Kadirvelu, Head, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, to welcome the gathering.
A very pleasant good evening and warm greetings to everyone gathered here. Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, heads of various departments, directors, learned professors, and beloved students. I am delighted and overwhelmed to welcome everyone to this academic pursuit, launching of Experience Engineering by KPRIET and L&T EduTech. This day marks the vitality of extensive learning that is rewarding and perpetuating. Further, it validates our association and strengthens our alliance with L&T. On this august occasion, I am honored to welcome the president of today's function, our beloved chairman, Dr. K.P. Ramasamy sir, the visionary and idealist of KPR Group of Industries. Hearty welcome to you, sir. I am honored and privileged to welcome the chief guest of the day, Mr. S.N. Subramanian, Managing Director and CEO of L&T, who is an inspiration to many aspirants. It is our pleasure to welcome you, sir. I am blessed to welcome Mr. Sabya Satyisas, CEO of L&T EduTech, for being instrumental in making this association with L&T fruitful. We welcome you, sir. I extend my heartfelt welcome to the head College Connect Business, Mrs. M.F. Bebin, who has been close associate with us for this year. Warm welcome to you, ma'am. I'm very happy to welcome our respected principal, Dr. M. Aguila, the motivational force for all of us. I welcome you, ma'am. With great zeal, I welcome the heads of various departments, the directors, learned professors, officials from L&T, press and media to this wonderful event. Last but never the least, I welcome all our dear students to this grand occasions. So once again, I welcome everyone to this launching of Experience Engineering by KPRIET and L&T EduTech. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor, for your delightful welcome address. Honoring is a sign of respect, adoration, and gratitude that rewards the action and perception of great minds. Having said that, I proceed to honor the ceremony. My request our chairman, Dr. K.P. Ramasamy sir, to honor our chief guest, Mr. S.N. Subramanian sir, Managing Director and CEO of Larsen & Toubro. I now request our Chairman Sir to honor the special guest, Mr. Sabiyakshi Das, CEO of L&T EduTech. Now I request our Madam Principal, Dr. M. Akila, to honor Mrs. M. F. Febin, Head College Connect, L&T EduTech.
Thank you, dignitaries. Now let's move on to the much-awaited moment, the signing ceremony, an occasion that seals and strengthens the alliance between KPR and L&T. May I request our dignitaries to sign the extended agreement for future engagement. It's the moment of great honor and pleasure for us, as our institution is signing the agreement for extended future engagement with the prestigious L&T EduTech. Today, we are witnessing an endeavor that signals transformative learning experience and offers room for creation, innovation, and sustainable solutions.
Thank you, dignitaries. Great leadership usually starts with a willing heart, a positive attitude, and a desire to make a difference. A philanthropist and environmentalist by nature, who has empowered not just one, but a community in large, is clothed in simplicity and compassion. Our beloved chairman, Dr. K.P. Ramasamy sir, is bestowed with the most covetous Lifetime Achievement Award because he believes in giving back to the society what he has earned. I now take the privilege in welcoming our revered chairman and the visionary of the institution, Dr. K.P. Ramasamy sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Very good evening to everyone gathered here. I welcome Mr. S.M. Subramaniam, MD and CEO, Larsen and Dubro, Mr. Das, CEO, L&T Editech, Ms. Febin, Head College Connect Business, L&T Editech, to our campus. I also welcome the principal, chief executive, HODs, faculty members, and my dear students. We are honored to have the CEO of L&T with us today. KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology is extending our agreement with L&T for creating more learning opportunities for our students. I am very happy to be present in the event. I encourage my dear students to use this facility in our college to develop yourself and get great placement with high salary packages. I thank every faculty member and the team from L&T for making this agreement ceremony happen today. I wish all the students a better tomorrow and a great future. And I am very eager to look at the Experience Engineering Center in the new future. Thanking you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your impressive words. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Holding a stature that's marveling and inspiring, she walks with brilliance and wisdom. As a challenging administrator, Dr. Emma Kila is truly passionate and resolute in making a breakthrough in education, as she goes to great lengths for the development of the students. May we now request our ever-charming principal, Dr. Emma Kila, to present the felicitation address.
Good evening, my dear friends. Chairman Dr. K.P. Ramasamy, Chief Guest of the Day, beloved SNS Sir, Febin Ma'am and Das Sir, and Bala and the whole team of L&T, Sunil, and my own team of KPRIET, and my dear students. This is really a milestone for KPRIET because experience engineering. You will all have doubts, what is this experience engineering? Already we are studying engineering, what are we going to experience? Many things are becoming digital these days. I hope you'll agree. Many things are digital. You can hold the world in your palm. Is it not? You all agree? So going digital is the order of the day. Pardon? So going digital is the order of the day. So experience engineering came into existence because when we went to L&T Madras, their head office, corporate office, when I saw the museum, the digital museum they have created, I was awestruck. It was really awesome, astounding, and I don't have words to express the experience. We all learned members, when we went there, we were able to feel the digital experience of L&T. So we had over the years, we had a talk with L&T EduTech. The courses were taken. then team L&T by Das sir and Febin ma'am and the whole lot of team said that why can't we go for same kind of experience in KPRIET. Then came the idea of having a center here. Initially, we had a lot of discussion of center of excellence. Then finally, our Sunil was very, very adamant saying that we do not want to have the name called center. Forget it. We'll have something called experience engineering. The idea is now come to a finalized stage and the room has been identified and everything will be in line by end of November, I suppose. Then you can really experience engineering. The beautiful part is L&T has given their, they are going to give their digital assets so that you will be able to experience the L&T projects starting from construction or whatever the area they are expert. They are going to share it in digital form so that you need not even go to that place and see what's happening. You can digitally experience all those projects and starting from mechanical, civil, electrical. I thought so it is only for core engineering. Then only I came to understand that even augmented reality, virtual reality, IoT, everything is given as a bundle. It's going to be a bundle experience in experience engineering, the place which is in CSC block. It is a dream project for KPR and L&T because this is the one among the flagship project by L&T also, and we will be the first institution to get in India. So we can be very proud. Even the digital, this same experience engineering can be opened or launched in any other college or university in any part of the world. But we are the first. So first is always a first. So that kind of experience, it needs motivation and inspiration to have such infrastructure in the college. And this is because our beloved chairman, Dr. KP Ramasamy sir's interest in the students to give better learning experience to all our children. So I wholeheartedly thank our chairman in this event for making it possible. Everybody can dream, everybody can have an idea, but executing and implementation needs the support from the management, and our management is so magnanimous and generous that this kind of experience should be given for all our children of KPR group. So this will become reality in November 22. Even I am eagerly waiting, Sunil, so make it as early as possible. And then the courses. L&T EduTech courses. I have told this many times in many stages. Even in Malaysia, when we were in a trip, I was telling about L&T EduTech in few of the universities. So that kind of affinity we have towards L&T EduTech because that EduTech courses are something very different from other online or digital courses available across the globe. The experience we get, the assessment pattern or everything is so standard and procedural, and our students had a little what I can say difficult in the beginning, but over the time they also felt that this is what is needed for an engineer. So I thank L&T for having for launching such L&T EduTech courses, bringing back the 80 years of experience in the course in these courses for the future of India. So I thank SNS sir especially and the CMD of L&T for giving such courses in the form of L&T EduTech to India, and our students also will be sharing their experiences to you, and I hope this experience engineering and the agreement what we have signed for the next 3 or 5 years will be a win-win situation for both KPR and L&T. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. A bespoke leader speaks much more than words. With that note, I would like to introduce Mrs. M.F. Febin, ma'am, who has accomplished various heights in her life. We are esteemed to have a unique person from the academic division of L&T, Mrs. M.F. Febin. She is a person of dedication and determination. Her craftsmanship gleams through the structural edifice of the PSC Tech Bridge as she is the brain behind its construction. She is the result-oriented leader with more than 27 years of experience in various spheres of construction and management engineering. I humbly request Mrs. M.F. Febin ma'am to present the felicitation address.
Good evening, everyone. It's actually homecoming for me. Always very happy to be in KPR campus, very happy to meet KPR team wherever it is. I think wherever possible, we try to meet, and our friendship is something like very deep-rooted now. I think the first day that I met Dr. Akila in Chennai, we could forge a relationship on the same day. That's the kind of, she has that decision-making, quick decision-making, and she concluded it in one day, and KPR is our first client for L&T EduTech and the best client, I would say. So, Honorable Chairman, sir, our beloved MD and CEO, SNS, and Sabi, L&T EduTech CEO. So today is again another milestone. We signed the first MOU in the same hall in front of all of you. And today we have inked much deeper engagement with KPR. And I'm really honored that both the stalwarts are present here to witness this. We had KPR's engagement even before our official launch, actually. We launched in October, but we had this engagement even before that, and it is still going strong. I just wanted to say that many institutions we did after the launch, but KPR we did much before that. And we've had an amazing journey so far. 2 semesters of students have undergone our courses. Of course, we do take feedback, intermittent feedback, but we'd love to hear from you and also learn, if anything else, from the faculty also, what else we could do. I'm thankful to KPR for his unending support, to the management of KPR itself, because they're exploring a lot of means to keep up students meaningfully engaged. And Mrs. Akila has been instrumental in making this association mutually beneficial to both KPR and L&T. She's also been a great friend, an inspiration, and by far the best brand ambassador that we have had. Students and faculty of KPR also attended a week-long immersion program. I thank my team back in Chennai and also Dr. Bala, who's here, who enabled this. So today was the foundation stone laying for the Experience Center, which is, as ma'am has rightly said, it's a first of its kind. We are also, we've gone through various rounds of discussion, and we formed a focused team which will work on this, how to make the core engineering so exciting along with the latest technology that is available, which we always say that, an engineer has to be holistic only if there is multidisciplinary exposure across the fields. So in this one center, which we are going to do at KPR, an engineer will be able to actually, every piece of space in this experience center will be speaking about something on engineering, something on materials, something on technology, something on process, something on systems. So it encompasses actually civil, electrical, mechanical, chemical, and also the technology, where even the computer science students would learn a lot, because the domain knowledge is so important to really get into even an IT space. That's what we believe. And this MOU will facilitate provision of much larger number of licenses, or the engagement that we call over the next 3 to 5 years. And we look forward, to start our biggest engagement in the coming month, actually. And I just made some notes because I didn't want to miss out any point, because KPR is very important for us. So with this, I think we already we've spoken everything about it, and I'm sure you're all eagerly waiting to hear our MD. And I thank him personally, because he's made it Amongst his very busy schedule, he accepted and he traveled from Chennai to be with all of us today on this very, very auspicious day. Thank you, sir. And I thank each and every one of you for, patronizing and looking forward for our engagement to be a success. All the best to all of you, and thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. On this August occasion, let's take a moment to treat our eyes with a feast of experience engineering video. India's first industry spearheaded experiential learning center dedicated to shape skilled engineers with integrated civil, mechanical, and electrical industry skills. It is powered with a unique blend of experiential learning, content and tools, VR, AR, interactive digital technology exhibits of materials that showcases learning activities. Welcome to Experience Engineering. Learn beyond the L&T way.
KPRIET handbook represents the academic process and the policies upheld by our institution. On this August occasion, we request our dignitaries to release the handbook of our institution.
Thank you, dignitaries. I feel proud, honored to introduce the chief guest, Mr. S.N. Subramanian sir, who is a trailblazer and an idealist. He embraces modesty and perseverance and has an eye for every detail pertaining to the well-being of his employees. He never restrains himself from doing the hard yards, as he is the first to reach his office and last to leave. Mr. S.N. Subramanian sir, fondly remarked as SNS, stepped into the giant conglomerate in 1984 as a project planning engineer. He learned the nits and grits of L&T, making his headway to the current position as the CEO and MD of Larsen & Toubro. Under his leadership, Mr. SNS has transformed L&T into a company that builds the tallest, largest, longest, smartest, and most complex structures. It is certain that the organizational strategies of Mr. SNS is unique and promising. He is not just an experienced figure, rather a harvester of success and recognition. To name a few, Best CEO in Infrastructure Engineering category of BT PwC, India's Best CEOs ranking 2022. Infrastructure Person of the Year 2012. Featured in Top 50 Utilities Leader in the GCC 2021. Ranked 11 in the Construction Week magazine Power 100 ranking for 2021. It's a privilege to KPRIET to have such an exemplary leader leading light amidst us. On that note, may we request Mr. S.N. Subramanian sir to present the special address.
Hi, good evening to all of you. Privilege, honor, and pleasure to be here at the KPR Institute. Frankly, I have heard of the name, but I didn't, in the least of my expectations, ever thought I would see such a magnificent campus, 350-odd acres, full of trees, so beautiful, so lovely, and what a pleasure of a place for all of you to reside, stay, learn, and I don't know, as KPR Saab said, to get lovely salaries as you go forward. You know, I don't know much about him, but since I was coming here, the chance to go to the internet and read something about him, and later on spend a few minutes in his launch to understand him. A very, very ordinary person, belonging to a village. He didn't tell me much about his parents. I guess village means there must be very, very ordinary folks. Somewhere he managed 8,000 rupees. And despite of all the odds of not getting a full education and such, some of us in life are privileged to, he put together that and buying some power looms. And from there, he has created an institute and a corporate of absolute eminence with a turnover of more than 6,000 crores, built this fabulous institute, which is educating all of you to have a much greater future from wherever your humble beginnings are. Amazing personality. Kindly stand up and along with me, give him a big clap. Yeah. This is the real story of Atmanirbhar India. And these are the little amazing people who bring that feeling of why should we go out of this country, because a person with such humble beginnings can shine up to whatever it is, and within the confines of the environment of many, many imponderables and difficulties he must have gone to, as endeavored to build a magnificent institution, and a very successful man that he has brought his son and daughter-in-law back from the United States back to India. I'm not able to do it. So this is an amazing thing. And so, absolute delighted, honored, and humbled to be in your presence today. Yeah. I met Dr. Akila when she came for the inauguration of Edutech, and that's when I a little bit got to know her. Febin did introduce me to her. And from that little beginnings of the launch of Edutech, it was, I think, just about the end of COVID or something like that, and we were breathing that no more COVID will come. And then came the second COVID after that. But anyway, Edutech was launched at that time, and she's been a wonderful partner to our team here to take it forward to what it is. Now, I can go on and on, but I thought I took his permission to show a small a delightful presentation, because I know some of you must be hearing enough lectures from all your professors, and you must be telling, here's one more guy from L&T, some big guy whose CV was read very nicely by that guy. He's going to give us one more lecture. So I thought I'll show you some photographs, some pictures of what this company, which is a 100% Indian company, run by 100% Indians, can do, does, and will do in the future. But that can sort of ignite your mind as to the possibilities of what and all one can do in life, given the opportunities or given a platform to go ahead. And that's what Dr. KPR has done for all of you. And if you can take that platform of life that he has given, education and broadening your mind, etc., there's endless possibilities that all of you can achieve in the time that you have on this earth. So I will show you what few of us in L&T do, and then you can see how to take things forward. And of course, you can also have the opportunity, some of you at least, to join L&T, to be part of this great fun that we have, doing, as the young man said, the biggest, the tallest, the busiest, the smartest, or something else he said. I also wanted to say one thing. The first time in my life in this company, somebody called me my beloved MD and CEO. Otherwise, she barks at me saying, hey, SNS, where are you? You're not picking up my call. So I'm also happy for that I came here today, because at least I became something for somebody. So good. So let's see this little presentation. I'll show you this. Look at that little blue kid, so that you all start laughing in the evening, right? And we're all too serious.
And now we're gonna go faster. Are you ready? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Everybody. Let you breathe, I can't.
So I hope you had a good laugh. That kid brings us to life, right? And that's the whole idea. Now go to the next slide. So I don't know how many of you can see it. It's a very big hall, and a lot of you are sitting there. These are the various activities that L&T does, and the young man on that phone said that I'm in charge of all this. So, so it's interesting, right? Okay, let's go to the next. Yeah. So, these are some of the most beautiful things that we do. And this is the world's largest cricket stadium at Ahmedabad. It's called the Motera Stadium. 120,000 people can sit here. And we did it in just 28 months. And it's fully precast concrete. When the former US President, Mr. Donald Trump, came to India, our Honorable Prime Minister hosted him here. And that was the first day the stadium was load tested. We were all praying to God it doesn't fall down or something like that. And it withstood that. And after that, many matches were conducted, and recently the IPL final was also done here. It's beautiful. When you sit top on one of the boxes, it's like the game is going on down here. The stadium comes out like that. It's beautiful. On the right top, you see one of the largest barrages ever made for the Kaleshwaram irrigation project in Telangana. It's nearly a 2.4 kilometer barrage. It blocks the Godavari between Telangana and Maharashtra. And the water at the lake behind it is what is taken for the lift irrigation scheme. And an arid, dry area of Telangana has now become totally green, and is wonderful. So many lives have been given furtherance. At the bottom right, you see what's called the Dubri-Fulbari Bridge. It's the longest bridge in India, 24 kilometers across the Brahmaputra River. This river keeps changing its course and floods and all kinds of stuff. And it's a very, very dangerous river in the sense. And we're doing the bridge there. Just started. We have to finish it in 3 or 4 years. I think we're trying to finish it in 3 years. So let's see how it goes. Yeah. Some of you must have heard about it, may have visited it. That's Sri Sardar Vallabhai Patel statue at a place called Kevadia in Gujarat, about 2 hours drive from Baroda. At the back, you see some concrete things. That's a Narmada Dam, and this is on the back stream. downstream rather. So this was an island, and the island was all very freaky island, so we had to put a lot of concrete and grout to strengthen it. And at the bottom you see a museum, and then you see the statue 183 meters tall. The entire area was infested with crocodiles and stuff like that. But now it's become a huge tourist attraction. There's also a nice hotel and Yatri Niwas and stuff. And at the chest of the statue, you see some holes, and you can go there and take a look around. We did it in 24 months, and this is twice the height of Statue of Unity. Actually, it's a very simple thing. I don't know why we took 24 months. There are 2 concrete columns, some steel around, and like your glass put around the building, we put bronze around the building. Basically, that's the statue, right? And then we put a big stone near the heart of the Sadar, near the throat, so that when the wind comes, it doesn't sway, the stone sways and keeps the statue in some kind of balance. Good civil engineers would know it, and professors should know it quite well. And we do a lot of hospitals. The one on top is the tallest hospital in India, and it's coming up at Warangal near Telangana. And we do a lot of residential buildings. One of them I saw. It's a huge, dense complex in Mumbai. Yeah. So this particular project I'm emotional about. That was my last project in L&T before they kicked me into business and CEO, MD and all that. So it's the largest building in India at nearly 5 million square foot. It's a massive building, a huge airport, nearly 40 million passengers go through it. And to the right you see the Mumbai airport, again one of the most beautiful airports in the world, not because we did it, but I certainly think it is. All of you agree? You people have never gone there and you're agreeing, but anyway. But that's a very beautiful airport. There's also a museum in the airport with a lot of artifacts from various parts of the country kept there. You can buy it, and it's a beautiful airport, yeah. So these are the smartest things that we do. We have done it in about 28 cities in India. So this is, we put lots of cameras with edge devices and so on and so forth. We can spot people, we can, we can plot number plate recognition, we can do facials, we can analyze crowd patterns. The entire city can be seen. When there's a flood, the Mumbai Chief Minister goes to the control room to see how the city is, and then tells what to do, what not to do to the Bombay Municipal Corporation. When there's a religious festival like Ganesh Puja, people get lost and all that can be monitored. And the typical Indian policeman, 5 feet 8 inches with a 10 feet belly with a stick in his hand. And now you find them all sitting smartly like that in front of a computer. Instead of a stick in the hand, they have a mouse in the hand. And therefore we call it the smartest things that we do. Yeah. So these are some of the largest buildings that we are doing in India today. The one to the left top is a Patna Medical College. It's a 5,000 bedded hospital coming up on the banks of River Ganga at Patna. And we are supposed to finish it in 4 years. Just started. The one in the center is, again, a huge hospital in Cuttack, 2,500 bedded hospital. We finished it in 24 months. The entire building is made of steel columns, steel beams, galvanum sheets, concrete, and facade. It's designed by a world-famous architect and is coming up quite fast in that particular sense. And that is India's first proton therapy center for cancer treatment. We did it for the Apollo group, the Apollo Hospitals group. Yeah. We also do some holiest things, not only the busiest and the fastest and the tallest. This is Ram Mandir at Ayodhya, just coming up. We could not use any steel in this building, so we've gone 40 feet into the ground, compacted the soil thoroughly because there was a mythical river flowing in that area. And then the 7 feet is about granite stones, and the top is all Bansi Paharpur stone mined in Rajasthan and also carved out there, and then we get it to site by blocks and then erected. So temple, I guess the political authorities will start phoning up to complete it by before September 23 or November 23. So we'll do our best, and you can all go pray to Lord Ram there. And the center one is a beautiful temple. I started my career there. It's called the Lotus Temple at the Baha'i Temple in Delhi. One of you or anybody who's an engineer will understand there's no straight line in this building. It's all curves and paraboloid and hyperboloid and all that. In 83, 84, when we were doing it, we didn't have the total stations, etc. So it was very difficult to even make the formwork for that. And more important, to do the calculations, etc. It was a very, very difficult job. We lost a lot of money. The entire thing is covered with marbles. The marbles were cut in Greece, were mined in Greece, were cut in Italy and brought to shape. So if something breaks or cracks, again, we got to do the whole circuit. And the entire binding wire is galvanized so that it doesn't, even if it corrodes, I mean, it cannot corrode, but if we had not galvanized it, it would have corroded and stained the marble. So the marble is as what it was done earlier. But today, because the pollution in Delhi is getting a bit stained, but that was the concept when we did it. Yeah. So these are some of the most exciting things that we do. The one on top is again a stadium. You know, some of you might have heard about this little country called Qatar. And in India, when you dig a ground, you get manure. You grow beautiful trees. In Qatar, when you dig a ground, you get oil. Sometimes you get gas. And therefore, they have a lot of money. By selling bananas and coconuts, you don't get too much money. But by selling gas and oil, you get lots of money. That's how God has made the world. So they built an air-conditioned stadium. So this stadium is 40,000 capacity, fully air-conditioned. And it is meant for the FIFA 22 football games when it is going to be played there. And we are completed, handed over, and I also kicked the football inside the stadium. It's a lovely atmosphere. It's a beautiful stadium. The one to the right is a very interesting project that we're doing in a place called KPRIET outside Paris. You know, most nuclear reactors is fission. That is, one atom bursts another atom and creates energy. The energy creates heat. The heat creates steam by interacting with water. The steam runs the turbine and the generator. This is fusion. The atom bursts within itself. That is how the sun works. The sun, the fusion reaction takes place, and thereby the heat is generated. So they're trying to create heat on Earth, sun on Earth. And the entire reactor is housed in a huge building called the cryostat. It's made out of steel. The entire building was fabricated by L&T in India and transported to France and then to KPRIET and erected there. So we are very proud of this work because this project is very unique. $25 billion is being spent on it. I think it should get completed somewhere in 25 or 26. 10 countries are participating. India is also a participant country. But it's a very unique project when it works. To the left, you see is a 3D printed building. It's in one of our depots in Chennai. It's fully printed by 3D, about 275 square foot. And we got to see how to make it mass. And if it works, it's a sort of a solution for fast and easy construction of small houses. To the center, you must have seen it, you must have heard about it, we advertised it. It's a building for DRDO for some of their secret to defense work. The entire building was done in 90 days. It's a 5 lakh square foot building, done in 90 days. And the last one is an interesting project called Kensington Oval. My boss, who was my boss at that time, finished it 3 months earlier, and we lost the cricket match in West Indies. And then I did the Wankhede Stadium. I finished it 1 day before the match, and we won it. So moral of the story is at least finish it. So we finished it. Shall we go to the next? So these are some of the defense works that we do. Again, we are very proud about it because it's nation protection. It's real self-Atmanirbhar. Those are the bridging systems for the army. We do this monstrous-looking thing called submarines. All the Indian nuclear submarines are fabricated by. It's probably the most complex and difficult engineering man has ever done, and engineers at L&T do that. And these are nuclear submarines which protect us from any eventuality. And the center is a gun called the K9 Vajra. It's a replacement for the Bofors gun. It can fire an artillery shell 45 kilometers, and it lands plus or minus 1 meter. And it is right now deployed in Ladakh, and that's why you see the mountains and the snow. And of course, we do, most of India's nuclear reactors are done by us. That shows a fabulous thing which civil engineers would understand, is a 1,400-ton cap of the nuclear reactor being erected by a single crane. The entire thing is fabricated down and is lifted by a single crane and put into place, and that's the photograph that you see there. Yeah. We also make these huge equipments for various petrochemicals and refineries. The bottom one is the EO reactor. We have 70% market share for it. This is just not a drum. These are thick plates, 250, 300 mm, and then we shape it into that. and then we weld it with very peculiar welding methods. And this has also got a lot of internals, tubings and pipings and stuff like that. These are used to break crude into ethylene and break ethylene into polypropylene and stuff like that. So these are some of those very, very interesting and monstrous things that we do in our factories at a place called Hazira. So I just thought I would exhibit it. Yeah. And some of the most complex hydrocarbon projects in the world, we always think only Western countries or European countries can do it. We do it as Larsen & Toubro. We do most of India's offshore platforms, that the rigs that you see in the sea which extracts gas or oil out of the sea is all fabricated by us. We do it for ONGC, we do it for Aramco, ADNOC, PDO and companies like that. And we have more than 160,000 tons of such fabrication capability. And of course, a whole lot of refineries and petrochemical plants. Yeah. So more or less coming to an end, we are also a very pure, clean company. So we do a lot of waterworks, water treatment, wastewater treatment, industrial water treatment, solar stations and such. And therefore, we try to keep our atmosphere pure, clean, and do a lot of the sustainability work. Yeah. So that's the future of L&T, getting into hydrogen, batteries, electrolyzers and such. I've come here today for EduTech. As Dr. Ramasamy has been very kind and has blessed this partnership between KPR Group, KPR Institute and L&T EduTech. What we have done here, professors, ladies and gentlemen, is that the entire experience of what you saw as L&T, many of our staff are also getting senior, retired. We told them to put all their experience into this EduTech. 60 courses have been done and many more would be done. And that experience is today available through EduTech for all of you. And Dr. Akila has taken it forward in an inimitable style. I think if you see that, beyond what your professors teach, and including for the professors, if you go through that, it gives you an enormous learning of the practicality of what you teach. And for you, beautiful girls and lovely boys, it tells you the practicality of what it will be when you finally get into the real world. But ultimately, you got to manage your own life and come up and make a living with whatever. So instead of you joining an institute like us and being trained for 2-3 years, you go a little up by going through this EduTech and you find out some kind of sense of what the real world is, and that will make you a much, much better person. And that's the whole idea of EduTech. And we will continue to do what we can to not only give thrust to your experience center, what we can to develop it into as beautiful a learning center as possible. But through EduTech, whatever you can learn, we'll try to give you that so that your knowledge when you pass out is somewhat pretty good from a practical real world point of view. That's the whole idea. I also thank Dr. Akila for releasing what she said was a standard operating procedures for universities and colleges, the first of its kind. I think it's a brilliant thought process. I could not read that. She did not give me time. But I will read it and I'll give my comments to her. And it's a very, very interesting thing because companies like us have huge standard operating procedures for many things that we do. And that's all that I have basically. So Das, Dr. Akila, Febin, and of course, Dr. Ramasamy, really humbled, honored, and delighted to be here at this lovely institution built by a very, very humble and lovely gentleman. And it's made my day. I will carry this experience for a long time and we'll talk about him and wherever I get the chance. And to all the pretty girls and lovely guys, to have at the end of the day listened to this lecture-baji that I gave and hope it serves you some good. Hope it has excited you that there is a company in India which can do all the marvelous things that you see on TV or video or internet, whatever we do it, and whatever photograph is shown is what we have done, nothing else. So good luck to all of you, and the very best, and God bless all of you. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, sir, for spreading laughter and pulling across some of the best structural edifices of L&T. It was indeed astonishing and awe-inspiring. It was a pleasure to hear your words of wisdom. Thank you, sir.
Winners are those who are willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else. So let's move on to the certificate distribution ceremony. May I request our chief guest, Mr. S.N. Subramaniam, sir, to present the awards and certificates to the course toppers. First, we have a set of student toppers on the list. And first, we have Mohammed Amin of second year civil engineering. He has topped the course Engineering Graphics and Design. Next, Mr. Ravi Prasad. Mr. S. Ravi Prasad of second year Mechanical Engineering Department. He has topped the course Engineering Graphics and Design. Mr. Karthik S. of ME Structures. He has topped the course Building Information Modeling. Next, we have Mr. T. Karthik of third year Civil Engineering. He has topped the course Concreting Technique and Practices. Put your hands together for Mr. Dhanagopal K of final year Civil Engineering. He topped the course Design of Reinforced Concrete Buildings. Coming next is Mr. Pranesh A.S. of third year CSC. He has topped the course Applied Industrial IoT. Next, Mr. Sundaresan A.B. of Triple E final year, and he has topped the course Microprocessor and Application. Next, we have Mr. Gokulnath B. of Mechanical Engineering, topped the course Microprocessor and Application. The last student is from the final year of Mechanical Engineering, Mr. Gautam Yam, who has topped the course Applied Industrial IoT. Next, we have the faculty toppers. I would like to call upon Mrs. R. Kavita of Civil Engineering. She is the course topper of the course Building Information and Modeling with distinction. Give a big round of applause for Mrs. R. Kavita of Civil Engineering Department. Professor R. Kavita. Next, Professor Logeshwaran S. of Civil Engineering Department. He has topped the course Engineering Graphics and Design. I would like to call Dr. Gokul Kumar S. of Mechanical Engineering Department. He has topped the course Engineering Graphics and Design. Next comes Dr. R. Saravana Kumar of Civil Engineering Department. He has topped the course Concreting Techniques and Practices. Next, we have Professor D. Vivek of Civil Engineering Department. He has topped the course Design of Reinforced Concrete Buildings. Next, we have Dr. V. Vignesh of Computer Science and Engineering Department. Top the course Applied Industrial IoT. Here we go for Professor C. Dinesh of EEE Department for the course Microprocessor and Application. Next comes Professor T. Kannan of Mechanical Engineering Department for the course Microprocessor and Application. Put your hands together for the last faculty, Professor B. Bobualakrishnan of Mechanical Engineering Department for the course Applied Industrial IoT. May I request Dr. Tangaraj, Director, CFRD, to announce the next set of awards.
Very good evening to one and all present here. I am very happy to share that 3 of our faculty members are recognized as the top 2% scientists in the World Ranking 2022 by Stanford University. I congratulate the faculty members for their remarkable contribution. First, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar is a professor of electrical engineering in our institute. He has vast teaching and research experience, and he was invited as visiting researcher at the Department of Qatar University, Doha, and continued his research activities with Dublin Institute of Technology, Dublin, Ireland. He served as a professor in the University of Sognsburg, South Africa. He has been a faculty member with the Department of Energy Technology, Aalborg University, Denmark. And he has served as professor, Department of Business Development and Technology, Aarhus University, Denmark. He is a fellow of Institution Engineers and so on. And he has authored more than 300 scientific papers, and he has been listed in the top 2% scientists in the world ranking. I invite Dr. Sanjeev Kumar to receive the award. Dr. Ravishankar Satyamurthy is an associate professor of our institute. His research interests include material science, refrigeration and air conditioning, solar drying, solar desalination, like that. His major strength is his publications. During the last 2 years, he has published 120 research articles in various Web of Science indexed journals. His highest impact factor publication was in desalination, an Elsevier journal with 11.211. His quality publications rendered almost 4,500 citations during the last 2 years. He was also listed as top 2% scientist by Stanford University, USA, purely based on his publication metrics. Apart from these publications, he also established a renewable energy laboratory. One PhD scholar under him has completed. He has applied for many project grants. He will be, presently he will be serving as a research professor at King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals, Saudi Arabia, on sabbatical leave. Please come. Dr. E. Ranjit Kumar is an associate professor of physics at our institute. His research focus is on magnetic materials and semiconductor materials for gas sensors, bioactive nanofertilizers. He has published 105 articles and one patent, and he works with great researchers from the world's renowned universities. He has 1841 citations with 29 H index and 51 I-10 index. In addition, he serves as reviewer of Elsevier, Springer, like that. He has received Outstanding Reviewer Award, International Young Researcher Award, Best Young Researcher Award. He is also an editorial board member and editorial chief for many channels. He has supervised 8 MSc students and 1 PhD student. Above all, he has been listed as a top 2% scientist in the world ranking for 2022 by Stanford University. I welcome. Mr. Amrit Kumar Thakur was a full-time research scholar till June 22. Now he is a faculty of mechanical engineering. During his tenure as full-time scholar, he published more than 35 papers as first author and co-author in SCI journals. One of his papers was most cited, 50, during this small period of its publication, as per Web of Science 2022 data. He has total citation of 700 plus with H index 15. His research domain is solar, thermal energy, material science and battery. He has submitted funding proposals along with his supervisor Ravishankar Satyamurthy. Presently, he is leaving on sabbatical leave for taking up the Senior Research Fellow in Material Science Department, IIT Bombay, where he is conducting research on sustainable development of material for fresh water for rural society as an alternative to RO. He is also going on sabbatical leave. Welcome. Thank you all.
Thank you, dignitaries, and congratulations to all the award winners. Followed by the certificate distribution, we shall now move on to the Q&A session. We invite our students to put forth their queries to the dignitaries.
Good evening, sir. I am Chiteshwaran from Department of AA and DS, second year. We are very happy and honored by your presence, sir. Being a student of data science, artificial intelligence and data science, I would like to know how will the technology will help to make our life easier in the next 10 years, and what do you think will be the biggest technological advancement in the next 10 years?
Hi, good evening. Good to see you. Nice of you to have got up and asked the question. Maybe they have told you before itself to ask a question. I don't know.
No, sir. No, sir.
Because normally after I speak, nobody asks a question. They tell me to get out very fast. So I believe your principal has already told 5-6 people to ask, so I'll have to live with it. 10 plus, okay. Okay, the first part of the question I can answer on data science. I think it's getting very important in every aspect of life. Today, use of IoT, sensors, spectrum, with 5G coming and such things like that. I think huge amount of data is getting collected. Just to give an example of L&T itself, in the main core of L&T, we have 13,000 assets connected, 300,000 laborers connected, materials are tracked, equipment's movements are tracked, quality is tracked, safety is tracked, all through apps. And many things like that. And all the data coming in. And some data is good, a lot of data is not required. But maybe required at some level, at various levels is not required. So all this data lake, as it is called, is all analyzed, synthesized, dashboards are formed, and based on the dashboard, decision making is done. So what it is doing to the world is unbelievable amount of data is getting collected. When you use your credit card, data is collected. Your spending habits are known. When you watch Netflix, what kind of movies you like is known. When you go for shopping, what kind of dresses or what you like is known. When you go fiddle around with the internet, it immediately pops out things that you like or what you normally see, or even advertisements are chosen to divert your mind to what you want. So the entire world we're all becoming guinea pigs because of this data environment that is going on. So it is the future of the world. A terrific amount of data is getting collected. Terrific amount of analysis is being done. Even in some of the platforms that we run, we can predict who's a good customer, who's a bad customer. There's an app available in the company to go through a contract and tell you which clause can create a problem tomorrow and which contract clause will be good to use tomorrow. So all kinds of things are being done, which I'm little getting old to understand this, but there are smarter, brighter, younger, lovelier people like you available in the company who tell all this, who do all that. So we listen to them and nod our head. If they're getting it right, they're getting it right. So that's going to be the future of the world. About which advancement will make the world different, I don't know. I'm not that intelligent enough to tell you. But in my view, one of the things that is seriously worrying the world at the moment is this fossil fuels, right? It's making the world hotter. The climate change is inevitable. Every place is getting hot. There are heavy rains. There are snowstorms, whatever. And we need to be worried about it. One of the alternative fuels that is coming up is green hydrogen, solar, wind, or backed up to make alkaline or PEM or solid oxide. You cut the water to make hydrogen. Then hydrogen can be an alternative fuel, and hydrogen converted to ammonia fuel cells can be fitted on cars, buses, etc. Lithium batteries is another source, but lithium is restricted to a few countries. So those countries will get into monopoly situation, but water is available anywhere and you can electrolyze it and use hydrogen. It is still very costly. It's coming in the region of $4 to $5 right now, but if you can manage to get the cost to under $1, we spend as a country more than $200 billion buying oil from crude from Middle East and other places. Just imagine that money is now available within the country to do various social and residential and other things. It'll improve the lives of our citizens instead of sending the money outside. So that's one technology which I can think of. Now, if I talk too much, then rest of the 9 people cannot ask, so kindly sit down now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can we have the next person?
See, he knows correctly where to go. He's looking at that guy. This is also data lake and data analytics done by Dr. Akila.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm Rahul from 3rd year EC. My question is, how L&T Technology Services provide knowledge transfer to the freshers?
Knowledge transfer to the?
Freshers.
L&T Technology Services.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, you asked the wrong question. They tell you don't go home. Come to office at 5 o'clock in the morning. Work till next day 5 o'clock. Breakfast, lunch, dinner provided. And that's how they transfer knowledge into you. So college life is very easy. Dr. Ramasamy has given you a beautiful campus, lovely hostel, nice food, lot of grounds to play, etc. L&T Technology, nothing is there. A laptop is there, workstation is there. You work, you perform, knowledge is transferred.
Thank you, sir.
Any other person who's willing to?
Oh, she's smart now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Lovely meeting all of you. Such a pleasure, such a delight. And good luck to all of you in your future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's time to pay heed to the feedback of the students. I invite our students to share their feedback about the course.
Hello, since I'm here, talk all good things, huh?
Don't worry about this paper, sir. It's just for my questions. Respected chairpersons present over the dais, and to everyone, a warm good afternoon. Myself, Nigun Sanchai from Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Before presenting my feedback, I would like to thank the whole team of L&T EduTech for providing such an accelerating experience throughout this learning journey, starting from the short and crisp animated videos that made us engaging throughout this learning journey, along with the extra professional lectures which were taught by eminent professors who were really versatile with their content. Along with this, to monitor our progress and make ourselves aware of what we were doing completely throughout this journey, we had periodic internal assessments. And to mark here, these internal assessments were not the same as kind of other platforms, because these assessments were very difficult when compared to other platforms. And to note here, the front-end and back-end designs that I note as a computer student was really different when compared to other platforms. And it had not only assessments, but also midterm projects, which made our hands really get into the world of IoT, which developed our teamwork, and also we had awesome brainstorming sessions among our teammates, which made our progress very easier. And yeah, I'm very happy to say that I had successfully completed my course with highest score in midterm projects and with good proficiency. To conclude, I thank my institution for providing us with this learning beyond experience with this L&T EduTech platform. I thank everyone who provided with this opportunity. Thank you all. Have a great day again. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigun. Can we have the next person, please?
Good evening, dignitaries and everyone present here. I'm Gautam from Final Year Mechanical Engineering. First of all, I'm happy to stand in front of such a great dignitaries.
You're standing behind us.
I thank the KPRIET management and L&T for offering such an amazing platform, L&T EduTech, to which I have topped the course named Applied Industrial IoT. The course offered me a lot of knowledge about automation using IoT. Through this Applied IoT, Industrial IoT course, the course instructor's explanation along with the animated videos are very informative and useful. In this course, I got a project about manufacturing of corrugated boxes. I found the solution for the problem statement from the instruction videos itself. Since I am a mechanical engineering student, the course is very useful to gain knowledge about automation and enhancement of machines using IoT. This course tells about how the machines got enhanced when it's blended with sensors through IoT. I believe this course will be helpful for my placements in core companies. I thank for the opportunity to learn and be associated with the L&T EduTech. It was an amazing learning experience. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Gautam. Let's hear it from our professors. I invite our professors to share a few words about the feedback of the course.
She's L&Tite, so she has to talk good.
A warm good evening to one and all present here. I am Kavita, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, and I have been associated with L&T for last 10 years. And even now also I am traveling with L&T through L&T EduTech courses. I thank our beloved chairman, Dr. KP Ramasamy sir, and the principal, Dr. Akila ma'am, for taking an initiative through this industry-oriented courses with the help of L&T EdTech platform. I have taken Building Information Modeling course. The animation videos and learning content are so excellent and easily understandable. The problem statement which was given in that course was interesting and challenging. The course was so informative and they have taught about evolution of BIM from 3D to 8D. The 3D which talks about visualization, 4D time, 5D cost, 6D project management, 7D sustainability and 8D for safety. Actually, from this course, I have learned new technologies such as AR, VR, then scan to BIM, then point clouding, etc. And finally, I thank to L&T EdTech technical and support team for guiding us throughout the course. Thank you all.
Thank you, students and faculty member, for the valuable feedback. We must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our lives. Now I would like to invite our professor, Dr. Kirbha Shankar, head IIPC, to propose a word of thanks.
The most esteemed guests of the day, Sri S.M. Subramaniam sir, Managing Director and CEO of L&T, Shabyachi Sachi sir from L&T EduTech, CEO, Mrs. Febin, Head College Connect and Business, L&T EduTech, and other delegates from the L&T, our respected Chairman, Dr. K.P. Ramaswamy sir, our beloved Principal, Dr. M. Akhila, fellow faculty members, aspiring students, friends, and beloved friends from the industry, media, and press. A pleasant evening to one and all gathered here. I feel privileged to propose the vote of thanks on this prestigious occasions. On behalf of management, KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, we thank our honorable guest, Chief Guest, Mr. S.N. Subramaniam, CEO and MD of L&T, for accepting our invitations. His support for the betterment of our students and faculty members to get upgraded in the latest emerging fields, it's really significant, for which we are deeply grateful to you. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable presence here. We express our grateful, heartfelt thanks to our Sabyachi Das, CEO and L&T of EduTech, Mrs. F.M. Febin, Head College Connect Business, and the team L&T for their valuable presence and continuous support in all our activities. We also extend our sincere thanks to the team, EDC Creative Technology Solutions from Bangalore, for gracing these occasions and the event with their presence, sir. We express our sincere gratitude to our beloved Chairman, K.P. Ramaswamy sir, a person with a great vision and who always creates an opportunity for our students' community. Thank you so much, sir. We thank our Chief Executive, Dr. A.M. Natarajan sir, the driving force behind our institute. We thank our beloved Principal, Dr. M. Akhila, the captain who directs and leads us in all possible ways for holistic development. Thank you so much, ma'am. We also thank all the directors of various centers and heads of the departments for their support in organizing this grand event. We thank all the press and media people who will share these highlights of today's event and spread in the entire world. We express our sincere gratitude to all the industry people who have came all the way to support this and witness this event. We are also grateful to our most devoted faculty members whose service to these students will always be remembered. We would like to extend our gratitude to all the role players and all the students who have made this event a grand success. Let us all feel proud and to be a part of a KPR family. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Let us all raise for the national anthem.
जागे
KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, we thank our dignitaries for their presence and making this occasion a grand success. Let's put our hands together